Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of kind of like the Where Are They Now 3000 subscriber special. And at the end of this I will have a bit of an announcement to make, so please stay tuned. But for right now we are looking at Feminist Land Whale. We covered her a while back and we're going to just go ahead and take a quick look at her top row of videos and see what she's doing.
Good morning. I'm waiting at the bus stop for my bus, but while I wait here, I do have a question for all the fatphobes in the comments of this video. Do you or do you not want fat people to exercise? Because here I am, exercising, doing a sport that's honestly pretty fucking hard, and I'm doing pretty well considering I only started in January and I'm like not the most physically fit person. And you're like tearing me down for it. So again, do you or do you not want fat people to exercise? Because if you want fat people to exercise, you should be fucking applauding me. You should be like, wow, good job, keep going. But instead you're calling me a fucking whale. So I'm just confused as to what you really want here. Good morning. I'm waiting at the bus.
So, just for an update for anyone who's confused by this, because I took a peek at her like a couple of months after I finished my series on her. And she took up like strip aerobics or something, or is that like she has like the really high stiletto boot heel sort of thing, and then she is doing like these or trying to do like these things on a pole. I think there's a video coming up for you to see. While it's not my choice of exercise, I actually agree with her here. Like, if someone's doing something for themselves, she's doing something active, she's doing something physical, why call her a whale for it? This is I agree with her here. Like, don't shit on people who are trying something new. Like, just because you personally may not find her attractive, that's fine. But like, don't call her a whale and try to tear down her confidence for trying something new. I really hate people that do that for anything. Like, someone's trying to paint and they're shit at painting, don't shit on their painting. They're learning. Learning is okay. Learning doesn't require fucking criticism. I mean, I know that she's putting it on her TikTok, but at the same time, she is sharing it. Like, this is one of those things also, though, where it's like you're on social media, so just be prepared for people to shit on you for the random shit and for low-hanging fruit. Like, I actually think that you shouldn't even engage this guy at all. This is one of those situations where it's like, because you're not promoting an idea or anything, you're simply sharing your life. If someone wants to shit on you for sharing something new that you're trying in your life, then fucking block them. Like, it's not worth it. There's too much going on in life, and life is already too hard to give these sorts of people that energy, you know? If she wants to try something new, it's not my preferred form of exercise. It's not something I really have any interest in trying. But if it makes her happy and if she wants to try it and it boosts her confidence and it does require, like, physical ability, like, just leave her alone, you know? So this is, again, she's giving these guys too much energy. She is engaging muscles, stabilizing muscles here. So there is, and given her weight, there is more muscle activation for trying to hold up her weight. Like, there is a level of physical activity going on here, and someone putting moo in the comments, fucking block them. Like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth putting this clap back up. They should not take up any space in your brain. They're assholes. This is one thing this is a hill I'm willing to die on. You shitting on anybody for trying something new, regardless of what you think of her, regardless of what you think that she looks like, regardless of whether you think she's trying hard. She's new at it. She may have been doing it for 7 months at this point. I've never done this sort of this sort of activity, so I don't know what the learning curve is. But regardless, everyone learns at different rates. Especially if this is like her first, like, physically active hobby that she's had. It's going to take her a while to build up stamina, to build up confidence in her movements, to build up strength. It's going to take a while. Like, don't fucking shit on people trying something new. That really pisses me off. Like, not everyone's gonna be great at something the first time they try it. Like, no one's great at the first time they try it. And it takes practice. It takes effort. And the fact that she has to go to some place specifically to do this sort of thing. I'm very much a homebody. All of my, like, 90% of my hobbies are at home. And I even have, like, a small treadmill and stuff. Because I know if I have to go to the gym, I'm never gonna work out. So getting up, hauling your ass somewhere takes effort. And the fact that she is doing this at least semi-regularly, that she's posting it, leave her the fuck alone. You know, I hate people that shit on others when they're trying something new, when they're trying to improve their life in a way that makes them happy. Leave her alone, you know? So all the stuff after that was just her posing on the beach, an outfit of the day, and some stuff with her partner and her cat. That's about it. There was nothing else to really see. I do kind of like that because I don't really consider this fat acceptance rhetoric so much, because it is a bit like she is trying to exercise in a way that she enjoys, and you're shitting on her for it. Like, I wouldn't put that, like, a huge amount in fat acceptance, because she just has a general point. Why are you shitting on someone for trying? I'm kind of glad to see that, you know, there wasn't fat acceptance in this top row, really. So she's doing her thing. I'm just gonna take a look at some of the, I think this is where I left off, and then her first video after that was her trying out the pole and stuff. So, like, good for her. Doing stuff with her life, good for her. I think there's probably some fat acceptance stuff in there. She still calls herself Feminist Land Whale. I would just bet money she's still probably very much in the fat acceptance space, but I was happy to see that this one's from July. So July through this one was from September. So through those months, she didn't post anything fat acceptance related. So good for her. So something worth noting, I put all of Fab Feminist title, like tag thing, account name in the search. This was what the result was. So for whatever reason, she doesn't come up when you type in her full name. But when you type in a partial amount of her name, it shows under accounts here. But when you just search for it in accounts, like, it just doesn't come up. I don't know why that is. So I know that she's been posting a bit about the Hamas-Israel conflict. If that takes up the entirety of these 6 videos, I'm just gonna go a little further back, because it's just not a topic I want to get into on this channel.
Here's the difference between men and women objectifying people. I've been sitting here with my best friend, and we're just people watching. And we're watching, and obviously I'm like, this person's hot, this person's not, whatever. We're having little conversations, we're chit-chatting about the people that we're watching, but we're not bothering anyone. At most, I'm giving people a smile, or oh, look, I like your outfit. But then these 4 men, ugly men mind you, decided to park up right next to us, and they're just staring at people, and they're harassing them. Like, they're whistling at women, they're making comments, they're making people feel uncomfortable, and that's the big difference. And just one of the reasons why I can't take the conversation seriously about, like, you know, women also objectify men. Because, like, sure, maybe, but the threat of violence, when it's like a woman being like, oh, like, this person's hot, like, we keep that shit to ourselves. What do you gain from sitting here talking to people? It's not like, it's not like, oh, hi, I think you're beautiful. It's like catcalling and making people feel uncomfortable. And it's like 4 men, like 4 big older men in a college town. Like, it's such a big difference, and it makes me so uncomfortable, and I'm so sad. But I'm alone with my friends, so I can't say anything, so I'm telling you guys. But at least we look really cute.
So the only thing I will say from this, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on this, of women versus men objectifying each other. The one thing that stood out in her story, though, is that she said that it was 4 old men. She said it was a college town, though, so I don't know if the old was meant to be derogatory towards them, or if they were genuinely older men calling. Was older enough to be a generational difference, is my question. Because I'd be very curious if, like, a Gen Z male does the same thing, you know? But this is interesting. I don't This is a little outside my wheelhouse, so I'd just like to hear what you guys think.
No one knew who I was for Halloween. Not that I expected this to be like a popular character by any means, but I was hoping some people would at least get the reference after I showed them the picture, because I thought we all had the same childhood, but I guess not. I was really proud of this costume, and nobody can tell. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. I am Gort from Halloween Town 2. Basically, he's a person who lives in Halloween Town, and like everything in the universe that gets lost goes to him.
Gort, right? He's the one who steals the socks?
Oh, he doesn't steal them. He's more like a junk magnet. Everything in the universe that gets lost, that other sock, the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle, the earring you put down for just a second, they all end up in Gort's front yard.
Basically, the plot of the movie is like the residents of Halloween Town are turning into humans, and the humans are going to turn into monsters. But anyways, when he's human, he does this thing where when he's a human, all he does is sort socks.
Do you think these two match? No, I suppose not.
So I made myself like trail socks. I don't know if you can see it, but I thought it was really cool, and I really liked my costume. So if you know who Gort is, and maybe if I had like at least shown you, like, would you have been able to tell? I don't know. No.
Okay, as someone who fucking lived for the Halloween Town movies when I was growing up, like I fucking watched Halloween Town 2, and I think I saw Halloween Town 3 like once, but the first two I watched several times over. And I would not have gotten your costume off the bat. Gort, while an important character for the plot, was not a standout character. It does not stand out in my mind from so many years ago. I mean, glad that he left an impression on you, but this is one of those things where it's like you went a little too niche for it. This is a little too obscure for the average person to like remember this side character from a movie from God 15-20 years ago, something like. When was Halloween Town 2 released? I gotta know now. This movie was released in 2001. I was 10 years old. 10 years old. This movie is 22 years old. 22 years old. I want to be clear. I'm not shitting on her character of choice. If it made her happy and she had fun putting it together, more power to her. I think she just had entirely too high of an expectation of people to recognize this character. This isn't even a matter of didn't we all have the same childhood. It was a Disney Channel movie that was only on one time of the year. Like, it was only on, they only showed it during October. And even then, they probably only showed it like a handful of times. And while I was the type of person that, I mean, I watched it for the first time the whole way through because I remember really loving the Halloween Town movies. I didn't remember Gort. I didn't fucking remember Gort. And I certainly didn't remember him in that much detail of how he looked. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. She did a good job with the costume in relation to the character. I think she just had too high of an expectation. So, this video, we watched the Gort one. This one was just her, it was like 3 minutes of her trying on a new pair of glasses that's essentially the same pair of glasses, but in red. And it being kind of a revelation for, I'm not trying to shit on her. It's just, it was something that clearly, it was one of those videos that was like big for her, but it read very boring. And then another, Palestine video, which I just don't want to get into that. So, she's pretty much doing the same thing that she was doing when we covered her. So, Victoria's gonna Victoria, and I don't really have anything more to say. Victoria isn't one that I expect to ever change. If anything, I kind of expect her to get a little more aggressive and a little bit even deeper into fat acceptance. I don't really expect her. She's a true believer, and I don't see her. She's different from like Miracle Megs, who kind of feels like they're getting caught up in the idea of the social justice movements, without like fully understanding what they're saying, what like she's saying or they're saying. Victoria is pretty much, she knows what she's saying, she knows what she thinks, she knows what she believes, um, and she's it like with her it kind of feels like almost everything's kind of a hill to die on a little bit. But that's Victoria. She's kind of doing the same thing, so she's living her life. So Witchy Dream was someone else that I did not finish. She primarily, I almost kind of feel like, do we even need to really watch her? She's, what is Senator doing right now? Some voting stuff. And I think this is just another one of her dance. She did a lot of dance ones before. Yeah, just dancing. Witchy Dream wasn't someone that had a whole lot of content to offer, and that was part of the reason why I didn't continue to cover her a whole lot. She posts an absolute shit ton, but there isn't a whole lot to really say about her content, you know? So, like, I gotta be honest, I don't feel the need to even really look at her videos. It's a lot of her just kind of dancing. I'm actually even wondering if I want to even finish the series on her, because she just, yeah, she has the occasional fat acceptance video, but so much of it is just other shit that isn't really relevant to this channel. I'm curious. Let me know what you guys think. Should I keep her in the picker wheel rotation, or should I just kind of take her out? Because I mean, she is fat acceptance. She is, but she's not the activist type of fat acceptance so much as the dancing trend type of fat acceptance. So I'm curious. I gotta be honest, I really don't have any desire to look at these videos, considering that it's like 90% her dancing. So Jamie is another one that I haven't like fully gone through at all. And for Jamie, it's a little bit different than Witchy Dream. There's some similarities for why I haven't covered them. They both put out an absolute shit ton. It's a metric shit ton of content. And it's just a lot to wade through when I'm trying to, like, do a full year. And so now it's been even more when, if I go back to, like, where I left off, like, it's going to be even a shit ton more. But Jamie, on the other hand, tends to put forth a lot of, it tends to be the text one, so it's like just like one sentence, but it is a lot of fat acceptance stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at her most recent 6 videos. I'll probably cut out a couple of them because there's like a couple of like different dress ones. We'll watch one of those, but I don't think we need to watch both. But we'll just kind of see. We'll see what it is. Like what I'd wear out on this sort of situation. I really don't have any desire to even comment on this, but I want to add this one here just because I said I would. The other videos so far have been a couple of trend videos and one of her asking someone's opinion on what outfit she should wear for like a beach vacation. Like there's not a whole lot. So a couple of them were transition videos of, oh, look at, now I'm all dressed up sort of thing. The one that I showed you, and then a couple of trend videos and a fit check. Like, it's not, Jamie's content really changed from when I first started covering and that's the thing, is that I kind of want to go back and at least finish the part where she was actively like trying to say stuff. A lot of her shit now is, well, no, wait, there's this POV, you don't have to be thin to wear what you want. Well, that's true, so I don't really even have an issue with that. I don't know. There's just, it's a lot of basic stuff. So it at this point, Jamie is kind of like, is there any point in covering her? She's not really putting out anything that I can argue against. It's just a lot of outfit shit and look at how happy I am. So, I mean, I just, like, look, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, plus size clothing haul, get ready with me, get ready with me. Like, this isn't shit that I cover. So, what I'd wear on this occasion, pics I look pretty in, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check. Like, it's just get ready with me, fit check. Like, it's a lot of the same shit over and over and over again. And I don't really have anything to really cover on it. And I'm like, do I go back and at least cover to the point where she stopped putting opinions out? Because at this point, there's not even any real opinions. Like, Jamie's just kind of living her life. I find her content boring personally, but like it's not my TikTok, and I'm sure she clearly has an audience. She has 1.1 million followers, so she has an audience. I don't get the appeal, but that's okay. I don't have to get the appeal. There isn't really anything to argue here. So should I even bother covering her anymore? Should I even bother going back and finishing her year in the should I even bother? I'm very curious to hear your opinions on that. So I've tried different spelling. I've double checked to make sure I had the right spelling from my YouTube video. Magically Fat's TikTok is gone. I don't know what happened to her. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments. Maybe she just changed her name. But like I did a Google search too, and I couldn't even find like her, like we did with Hannah Ray. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find her. Like a link to her original TikTok. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know where she went, but I'm curious. So if you know, please let me know. Fairy Principessa wasn't like super problematic or anything. While she was very much in the fat acceptance realm, like I didn't feel like she was a negative person. So we'll go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna take a look at these 6, although this doesn't really look that new to me, but I'm gonna take a quick glance at them.
Okay, so I haven't been on TikTok in a really long time, to the point that I didn't know they got rid of the 3-minute option, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's kind of my bread and butter. Anyway, I haven't seen anybody talking about this, and maybe I missed it because I haven't been on the app a lot, so apologies if it is being talked about. But on a recent episode of And Just Like That, which I know everybody hates, so maybe people aren't watching, one of the subplots was Charlotte going back to work at a gallery, and she wanted to pick out her, first day outfit. And she's like looking back at these 20-year-old photos of herself, being really unkind to herself about her body, which is a plot line I can get behind. One of the most, egregious, like, body shaming things I've ever seen was in the first Sex and the City movie when, Samantha comes back and has supposedly gained weight. And that seems comical.
So clearly she has an issue with where this is going. I'll be honest, I don't really care. Mostly because I don't even know the show that she's talking. I've never even heard of this show. She says a lot of people don't like it. I haven't even heard of it. So if you want to see her opinion on that, go ahead. I don't have any opinions to give because I have no point of reference for what type of show this is, for what's going on, what has the story, but I have nothing. I don't even know. So these two were pinned videos. This was her most recent one, and it's from August 23rd. She hasn't been very active on here. So I don't really know what's going on. I hope things are going well for her. But, there wasn't really much of anything to say. She was going pretty sporadic. This was from July. This was from late August, 2 days before this one was put up. Or, wait, 2 days before this one was put up, because this was the last one she had. It was from August 23rd. These 3 are pinned. She made a comment about a show I have no idea about, and then told an unrequited love story, and then she's been gone ever since. And the distance between these 2 was about a month and a half. So, she wasn't a super regular poster. She isn't like Jamie or A Witchy Dream, but she was more often than she is now. So I hope things are going well for her. I hope that this is just a matter of she has better things going on in her life and better things to do than post on TikTok. And I hope that it's not a stress or she's dealing with a lot of shitty things, because Fairy Principessa was, while I disagreed with her, I respect her. And I genuinely do wish her the best. I think we left off on the campaign for size acceptance. So we'll go ahead and watch these 3 and see what's going on.
Happy Pride, y'all.
There are fat folks in the queer community just like there are fat folks everywhere. So let's talk about how weight discrimination disproportionately affects the LGBTQ+ community and particularly trans folks. Studies have found that transgender people experience significantly more weight discrimination than cis folks, with trans women being at the highest risk for weight discrimination. Notably, weight discrimination against trans folks is often intertwined with other forms of discrimination, like sexism, transphobia, and homophobia. For example, one study found that trans women who were also sexual minorities reported higher levels of weight discrimination than trans women who identified as heterosexual. One of the things weight discrimination does is increase the health disparities already experienced by the queer community. For example, many doctors institute weight limits for gender-affirming surgeries, treatments which, by the way, have been scientifically proven to drastically decrease self-harm and even save lives. Unsurprisingly, numerous studies have found that the weight discrimination experienced by queer folks significantly increases rates of depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. We have to recognize the unique challenges faced by the queer community and take steps to address weight discrimination as well as other forms of discrimination experienced by queer people. This includes advocating for policies and practices that promote equality. You can do this by signing the petition at dove.com/sizefreedom and sharing your story using the hashtag #CampaignForSizeFreedom. We all deserve the right to thrive. Happy Pride, y'all!
All right, now I feel like I need to do a separate video on the Dove Size Freedom campaign. One thing I will say for Hannah is that she has like actual legitimate citations in her description, like, and they're from the last 10 years. Like, this is the best research that I've seen a fat acceptance person do. I don't know enough about transgender medical needs to comment on, or like the prejudice that just being a transgender person faces when they're in a medical situation. So like, I'm not really gonna comment on this one and talk about like where the intersection. This is just a little outside of my lane that I don't entirely like. I'm not confident enough in my knowledge to comment on this, but if you are more educated than I on this topic, please let me know your opinions in the comments down below. I am very curious about that Dove Size Freedom. I completely forgot about that. So did we check it out before? I don't remember. But let's get on to the next video.
In honor of Labor Day and in partnership with Dove, I thought it would be appropriate to discuss the negative labor and economic impacts of weight discrimination. The Real Cost of Beauty Ideals report by Dove provides some useful highlights. First, employment. Weight discrimination results in lower employment rates and lower pay for fat people. The report cites a study which found that fat women are less likely to be employed than their thin counterparts, and when they are employed, they are paid less on average. The report also notes that fat employees may experience discrimination in the workplace, such as not being hired for jobs they're qualified for, being subjected to a hostile work environment, being denied promotions, or even being fired because of their weight. And to be clear, that should be enough for this issue to matter, but in case it's not, here's some more information. Weight discrimination is not just bad for the worker, it is also bad for business. The report suggests that businesses that engage in weight discrimination miss out on the talent and skills of fat employees, which can reduce their productivity and innovation. Finally, weight discrimination is not just bad for the worker or individual businesses. No, it's bad for the whole economy. It contributes to social inequality, which reduces economic mobility, which contributes to poverty, income inequality, and suppression of economic growth and stability. Individuals and organizations need to take a stand to end weight discrimination. You can do so by signing the petition at dove.com/sizefreedom and sharing your story using the hashtag #SizeFreedom. We all deserve the right to thrive, so fight for it.
So something interesting is that she mentions this report several times, but she doesn't link to the actual report, just to Dove's size campaign. So this is becoming something where it's a little outside of the scope of this video because we still have someone else to cover, and I've already been doing this for 40 minutes, plus I recorded for an hour previous to this. So I'm not personally prepared to do a deep dive into this right now, since this is primarily just checking up and seeing what they're doing. But I'm very curious about Dove's campaign for size freedom again. Like, I don't remember. I thought I had checked it out before, but clearly if there's this whole report thing, I want to go into it and take a look. So we're going to take a look at the campaign for size freedom, especially since it says why I'm joining Dev to support NAPA. So it's annoying because I use Dev. So I have really bad eczema on my hands, and Dev is the only thing that works to like reduce the issue. And it's gonna kill me if they're like knee deep in this fat acceptance stuff. When it comes to employees being fired for being fat, again, like, I need more details. How fat was the employee? Were they able to do their jobs? Like, I need to know. But it's outside the scope of this video, given how long this has already been and given how long the previous video was. So I'm gonna have to leave this hanging for a little bit. And we're just gonna move on.
When I first started working on improving my relationship with my body, I did a lot of mental and emotional work in therapy. And one of the things my therapist suggested was to look for ways to have positive physical experiences that connected me to my body. She suggested many wonderful things, including dancing, stretching, swimming, massages, affection, gentle movement, and masturbation. And I know people can feel weird talking about sex, but this idea always made sense to me. One of the ways I have fostered a very positive relationship with my body has been by embracing and exploring my sexuality unapologetically. And it has really transformed my mindset and helped me see my body as a source of joy and pleasure rather than hardship and strife. So, to support you in your sexual endeavors, I am doing a giveaway with Bellessa. Every single person who signs up using the link in my
I don't need any more information. Thank you very much. I'm good. This was really just a plug for her giveaway. So, she's making money. I'll give her that. But clearly Hannah is still gonna Hannah. I'm really curious about that Dove size campaign for size freedom. That's gonna have to be something I do look into. But we only have one person left to look at for today, so we're gonna move on. Well, almost. So just to wrap up, it seems that Hannah is still very much doing what Hannah has always done, talking at the camera, but she's less. She just, is it just me, or is she lacking energy that she had before? She's lacking sass that she had before. And I don't know. Like, she doesn't post very often anymore unless she has some sort of, it's like with Dove, or if she, like, this was with Dove too. This was with Dove. Like, she didn't post forever, and now there's a few things connected to Dove and then this sex toy giveaway. But I don't know. It's interesting. I don't really know what to make of it. She has to be active somewhere else because she was gone for so long, and then all of a sudden she has these partner campaigns. And is it really a partner campaign, or is it one of those things that you sign up for? Like an affiliate sort of thing? Or, because it's weird because she's not really posting regularly anymore. I don't know what to make of this. So we finished Broth Bang Fever not that long ago, so I don't really anticipate there being much of anything to really comment on. I'm pretty sure these three, at least, no, because this one was on this. So these three, I'm pretty sure are pinned. This one is a repost, and then him saying he voted and something commenting on the X-Men. So we have, we'll go ahead and go down to these six. Take a look. I'm only going to comment on ones that have anything to do with fat acceptance, though.
The girl who was serving me was enormous. You know, I think she got freebie meals at Chili's.
Nothing wrong with that. Of course, she got freebie meals from Chili's millionaire actress Emily Blunt because she's a waitress in America and they don't get paid shit. So, of course, she was given free meals by Chili's. But thank you for that wonderfully classist and fatphobic take from another clueless celebrity. Yay.
The girl who was serving me.
So this was the only video he had recently on fat acceptance or fatphobia, and surprisingly enough, I don't 100% like disagree with him here, because I've seen this as a response from a couple of like fat acceptance compilations that I've seen recently, and I couldn't help myself and I looked up the full clip, and no, Emily Blunt just did kind of throw out the waitress's size as part of the story for no real reason, and it really does come across like she's just shitting on the poor waitress for no fucking reason. Like, I know that we talk about how people need to take care of themselves and look after their health more and shit, but like, on an everyday me just going about my business sort of thing, I don't really think about other people's weight that much unless I hear, like, there was one time in a Target where a woman with a prominent belly was talking some fat acceptance talking points to her friend about her dad, who told her to, like, cover her stomach once. And that was about the only time that I really thought about someone's weight in public. But with this, the woman's size has absolutely zero to do with the story. It was kind of a nothing story. It really was a nothing story. A waitress served her and was like, "You look a lot like Emily Blunt." And then later on in the meal, Emily's like, "I am Emily Blunt." What? That's all the story was. Like, that's all it was. So the adding of how big the waitress was really completely irrelevant for the nothing story that it already was. It was unnecessary, and it came across as cruel to me. This was something that I actually said with the fat acceptance movement on, or the fat acceptance people on a little bit more, because it was really like an unnecessary comment to make. It looks like Prof Brain Fever's just still posting mostly like a little bit of dad content, a little bit of reposts from God knows how long ago, like a year ago, and nerd shit like he was doing before. So most of them seem to be kind of doing what they want. What it seems like it to be is like a third of them are doing what they were doing before. A third of them have just kind of fucking disappeared, and a couple of them have been doing better. So this was an interesting revisit to the fat acceptance group. So now with my announcement, as a big I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting me on this channel, I am hopefully going, I still haven't recorded all of them. At the time of this recording, it is November 8th. And I haven't recorded all of them. I haven't edited all of them. But my goal this month is to provide you guys with a video every single day. Every single day. So far, I have a couple of armchair psychology Karen videos. That's probably what you guys are going to see first. We have some revisits to Fat Logic. I cover Unsolicited Fatties Talk Back, the podcast. And I'm also going through your suggestions for the 3,000 subscriber special when I post them on my community page, as well as other like kind of cringy TikTok communities to look at. Also, we're going to be taking a look at 2 fat acceptance picture books, and one that was like for non-binary kids, but it was done really poorly, and it bugged me. It was part of my training, and I'm like, this book was done so poorly that I wanted to cover it. Although I don't know how well I expressed that it was just done very poorly. So there's those, and I'm also hoping to make a video starting the series. It'll be the first one, and it's going to be pretty short because there just isn't a whole lot of material for the first layer of the degrees of debate. But we're going to start, I'm hoping to start that as well this month. So this is a big thank you month for my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and commenting on the videos. I really appreciate it. This is primarily a thank you, but also please keep in mind that I'm doing a bunch of content that I haven't necessarily done before. So if you like anything and you want to see more of it, please like and comment about what, like, if it's something you want to see, comment and tell me, because I'm totally willing to add more into the cycle of videos that I do. But this is both a thank you and a little bit of a test of what would you guys like to see more. Here's some different ideas that I have. They're just, because I've had to make so many in a short period of time, because I started this late. The videos are very much tastes, and I tried to keep the quality up as best I could, and I really, really hope you enjoy it. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I hope everyone does well. You will still get one regularly posted video for the week that I'll keep up the weekly one post throughout this month, along with all of this pre-recorded content. So there will be that kind of update video kind of going as well, mostly Starfish. But apart from those, all the other videos I've recorded with different ideas in the hopes to kind of both give you a thank you and also kind of gauge what else would you like to see from this channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.